Dark Mandel here. Today I'm going to do a show for Dream Talk. I have a series of questions that I'm going to answer today. People concerned about the dreams that they're having recently. You can also donate to my Cash App, my Google Pay, or my PayPal. And in exchange for your donation, I can interpret a dream for you. I did mention in past videos that I'm not per se a dream interpreter. I am somebody who can look at a dream and get impressions on it. And I want to encourage people to learn how to be your own personal dream interpreter. It becomes easier and easier the more that you do it. And I've talked about ways to interpret your own dreams without relying on a dream book or a dream interpreter in past videos. So if you're interested, check out my past videos, and I could do an up-to-date video speaking on that if you request it. So on with the show. Did I bring anything to drink? Oh, I didn't bring anything to drink. I'll be right back. Alright, I got my drink. I got some hibiscus tea. Let me see if I can show it to you. Ta-da! It's all red. So, cheers. Alright. So the first question, or the first dream that someone requested me to help them out with is coming from a subscriber by the name of Space Cow. And this question about this dream was posted 6 days ago. So this is what Space Cow is saying. Could you do another video on animals and dreams? I just had a dream about running with a dingo that was part of this indigenous tribe's beliefs whilst I was running away from people trying to catch me. Oh, it's just telling me I don't have any internet service, sorry. Just got stopped up a little bit, distracted. But anyway, let me start all over. Could you do another video on animals and dreams? I just had a dream about running with a dingo that was a part of this indigenous tribe's beliefs. Whilst I was running away from people trying to catch me, the dingo came out of the bushes and started running with me. He was also encouraging me and telling me wise things. It was crazy and awesome. What could it mean? Okay, I looked up dingoes because I don't know much about dingoes. And so what I found out is that dingoes are an Australian native dog, and they symbolize adaptability and change. They're commonly known as wild dogs inhabiting Australia. This Australian dog is usually associated with doing things in a group. So I think this is a positive sign, a dingo coming into your dream. After reading what the dingo symbolizes, traveling in groups, sounds like they're a family type of, like a pack. You know, they all stick together. And it seems like the dingo was running with you. Instead of running away from you, running with you. It's saying something about adaptability and change. A lot of people have had to adapt to this new way of living since that big main event in March, and you all know what I'm talking about. It's been quite a hard time for a lot of people trying to adapt to something like this. You know, wearing a mask at work when you're not used to wearing masks all day at work. You know, maybe some people are homeschooling their kids and they weren't homeschooling them before. Adapting to these changes are difficult for people, and so it's going to show up in your dream time. So I hope that helped you in any way, and I encourage you to start keeping a dream journal. That way you can figure out what your dreams mean. When you figure out what your dreams mean, then you know what your life is all about right here, right now, in the waking world. So I'm going to get to the next dream. Someone by the name of Joey Traps Archives sent this dream in. His dream is, I have recently had a dream seeing a hieroglyphic clock dial spinning with 3/4 of the clock being shadowed and the other quarter being illuminated. It was spinning in a counterclockwise order with hieroglyphics I couldn't interpret or translate. The last symbol I had remembered was owl, in parentheses G17. And then a blast of ringing came into my ears after that has happened. I woke up from it. Can you give me some insight on what the dream could mean? I looked up the word hieroglyph, and what the definition of hieroglyph is, it's a sacred carving, Greek translation of the Egyptian phrase, the God's words, which was used at the time of the early Greek contacts with Egypt to distinguish the older hieroglyphs from the handwriting of the day. So you're tapping into some ancient wisdom. That's what it sounds like to me in dreams. A lot of people do when they need it, and I think it's helpful when we do that in the dream world, tap into ancient wisdom. It's trying to help you remember things that you have long forgotten. Other lifetimes, you know this knowledge, but you've forgotten it in this lifetime. Like so many of us, we get distracted by things around us, everyday life things, and that's why it's become harder and harder for people to interpret their dreams, because their waking world is filled with so many distractions that they can't see these signs and symbols that are all over in front of them. So the clock, do you feel like time is running out for you? You're talking about it going counterclockwise, the dial going counterclockwise, going backwards instead of going forward. Are you looking into the past and analyzing the past? The hieroglyphs, that's the past, definitely way past. Let's see this. Okay, seeing the hieroglyphic clock dial spinning with 3/4 of the clock being shadowed. 3/4 of it being shadowed. So you couldn't remember and interpret the hieroglyphs. Remember there was owl G17 on there. Now the owl is a very good symbol of an animal to show up into your dream. The owl symbolizes wisdom. If you're ready for it, the owl can provide you with some really good information and knowledge that can last you a lifetime. If you're not ready for it, then it just can be very confusing, if anything. So definitely look more into the wisdom of the owl, because these animals don't just show up in your dreams willy-nilly. They show up in your dreams for a reason. And the owl is a very significant symbol in a dream. So is time and the clock. Do you feel like you're going back in time a lot? If you're going back in time a lot, it could be that you're replaying events that you have no complete understanding of. That's what I get from this dream. It feels like a sense of urgency in this too. Talking about I couldn't interpret or translate the last symbol I had remembered was owl and then G17. And then a blast of ringing came into my ears after that has happened. A blast of ringing, did it come into your right ear or your left ear? A lot of times the ringing, I've experienced ringing can be the spiritual realm, whether it be angelic realm or ancestors. A lot of times it's angelic realm for me. I've experienced the ringing in the ear, like really loud ringing in the ear before, in my right ear. So look into that more, about the ringing in the ear, the spiritual significance of that. It could be your spirit guides trying to get in contact with you, trying to wake you up, trying to get your attention. I mean, do you spend any time meditating? Do you spend any time in contemplation about what's going on in your life? Or are you just working constantly, 9 to 5, no time for, to chill, to get yourself together and figure out what's going on in your world? This is a very, very, very important dream, I feel, for you, Joey Trapp's archives. Take your dream apart, sentence by sentence, too, and get a dream journal, and definitely write this dream down, and any of the other dreams that you may have. Write them down. I encourage everybody to do that. So on to the next one. This will be the last dream I'm going to give my insights on. This dream is from a woman named Natalie Green. Just, hi, I'm new to your videos. I want to ask what happens if you see some black wings in your dream and another person that has wings, but you can see him very lightly. But then you tried to fly in the dream while the person was saying something to you, but you can't hear what he's saying. Though in the dream, I got a headache while trying to fly, and then I feel down. Either she's saying fell down or feel down. So either way, it kind of makes it's kind of the same thing, feeling down and falling down, and one and the same. I looked up the significance of black wings, and this was on this website called Interpret My Dream, and I'll give the link of it in the description below. But basically, it's talking about how black wings is in ancient civilizations in the past. Black wings, dreaming about black wings, means always be associated with the supernatural world. The gods and demons appear in dreams. So, okay, my phone is just telling me that my Wi-Fi is not on. Anyway, whatever. But yeah, what do I feel about this dream? What kind of insights I get about this dream? Take it one sentence at a time. Okay. I want to ask what happens if you see some black wings in your dreams and another person that has wings, but you can see him very lightly. See, when people write down their dreams in the comment section, they end up being run-on sentences. So take your time with it, and but you can see him lightly, but then you try to fly in the dream while the person was saying something to you, but you can't hear what he's saying in the dream. I get a headache while trying to fly, and I feel down. It sounds like you're overwhelmed, and that you're trying extremely hard to receive communication, but you're having a hard time receiving it. This is the impression I'm getting from this Natalie Green. But it's like you see, you said in your dream, and another person that has wings, but you can see him very lightly. Maybe it's angelic help trying to come to you, and you're confused about it, and you're not used to it. I used to be confused about it and scared sometimes about it. There was a time where I had needed some extreme healing, and I called out for help, and you can check that out on another video where I talk about my military experience, where I have what I feel like was an angelic encounter. So sometimes you're afraid and you're not ready for it, and that's why it's talking about you falling down, or you're flying and then you feel down, or you fall down. You don't feel confident enough to fly. That's what it sounds like to me. Your confidence is low. You don't feel like you can take up and soar into the clouds. This is what I'm getting. I'm getting these impressions. Yes, I am psychic. I'm not like most psychics. I get impressions and I get insights. When I read things, when I look at things, I feel things, and I get a visual in my mind of what could be going on. And you're saying about getting a headache. I would definitely look into reading more about angels, Natalie Green. I did have a dream about having black wings. Me having black wings. Me with the black wings. I think it has to do with you getting more confident about the supernatural world, about that world. Once you're confident in it and you know more about it, then you can fly and soar through it all. You can figure it out easier because you're taking your time. Just take your time with it. It seems like you're getting frustrated in the dream that you can barely see that person, the other person you can see him very lightly. Okay. It could even be that you are getting images of an angel in the dream time coming to you, trying to come for you to manifest. See it clearly, but you're having a hard time seeing clearly because you're having your own inner turmoil and your own inner struggles going on with realizing that the spirit world is there to help you. The spirit world is actually real. It does exist. It's hard to see that when we're surrounded and bombarded by things that's telling you just the opposite. So I would just take this how you will. But I do suggest you looking up more about angels. I just feel like that is something that you might be interested in. Looking up angels, the meaning of them, different angels. Also looking up gods and goddesses as well, and becoming more familiar with the supernatural world, what it's all about in the lingo and the language of the supernatural world. I feel like would be very helpful for you. So I hope this helps each and every one of you that pose these questions for me for Dream World. I mean Dream Time, Dream Talk. What's the name of the show again? I hope it helped each and every one of you, and I hope it helped not just the people that send me these dreams, but the people that are listening and having dreams that are similar. This can help. These symbols show up in so many different people's dreams all the time, but we don't understand them because we don't understand ourselves. And we don't understand why we came here in the first place, what our mission was before we landed on planet Earth. Once you figure that out, what you're passionate about, then your dreams become easy to decipher. You become the architect of your own dreams. You become your own dream interpreter. And that's what I'm encouraging people to do. Become your own dream interpreter. Get to know who you are. Once you know who you are, then you know what your dreams are all about. So, with that said, thanks for joining me. If you want to subscribe, please do. If you like to donate to this channel, you can go to my Cash App, my Google Pay, or my PayPal. I would prefer Cash App. If you do donate to this channel, I can create a video of from a topic of your choosing, or I can create a one-of-a-kind piece of artwork for you. So, with that said, brightest blessings to you all. I'll see you soon, and definitely write down your dreams. That's the only way you learn what they're really all about.